After you tell people you want a good relationship, you ask for feedback, you ask the intro and beginning candor questions that are at the beginning of the book. Do you prefer email or voicemail? What's your working style preference? Do you want to meet in the morning or at night? The really basic, easy questions that help you learn how to work with people. You're going to graduate and progress to the point where you want to ask people for feedback. Don't lead with those questions because it can be scary and intimidating to people. Build up to it just like I did in the book. But if you're at this point in the book, you're reading about conducting a relationship inventory. This is simply check in and touch base with your most important customers once a quarter. Customers are your boss, your peers, your people internally who you serve. I call them customers. Maybe your coworkers and the people you work with outside, and maybe even your vendors. And you simply say this. A couple months ago, I promised you that I was going to check in and see how things were going. I told you I want a good relationship with you, and that if I ever violate your expectations, I hope that you'll tell me. I asked a couple questions, and I told you I was going to follow up and ask additional questions. So here's that time. And you don't even have to say anything that formal. You could just pop in on someone and say, hey, how are things going between us? What's working about how we work together, and what could be improved? I'd really like your feedback, and I really, really want to know how things are going so that I can make changes where appropriate. How's it going is not a question, it's a greeting. Typically, that's followed by something else. So you can say, how are things going, but do follow the question. Hey, I just want some feedback on how things are going. What's working about how we work together? What could be improved? How have we exceeded your expectations? How have we violated them? If we could do one thing differently, what would it be? Very simple. Don't ask all those questions. Maybe ask one positive and one constructive question so as not to overwhelm the person. And again, remind them, I really want your feedback. I want us to work well together. I want to eliminate my blind spots. If there's anything I'm doing that doesn't work, I want to know on behalf of me and my whole department.